Well, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive. You ready to jump in? Today, we're going to be taking a trip from a college dorm room all the way to a super successful Shopify app empire. And this is not just like any regular, coding tutorial. This story is it's packed with twists and turns. You're going to be on the edge of your seat. So we're looking at this interview with this incredible developer from Kerala, India, who basically went straight from, cramming for final exams to launching a company. And here's the kicker. They were totally focused on building Shopify apps at a time when like almost nobody in India is even thinking about it. It's a real trailblazer story.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But now you might be thinking like, okay, that's a great story, but what's the secret sauce? What did they do? Well, look at this. One of the early wins actually came from Kuro spotting, this golden keyword phrase. And it was a Shopify loyalty program for small businesses. It turned out there was a ton of demand for that and almost zero competition. Talk about finding a niche right. Boom. But it wasn't just luck. They weren't just like stumbling onto this keyword by chance. They were really strategically using these keyword research tools to uncover these hidden opportunities, which is something we can all learn from, right? I mean, it's like having a treasure map for the Shopify app store. I wish I had one of those. But hold on, because it wasn't all sunshine and roses. Our developer friend, they actually learned some pretty tough lessons about pricing along the way. So initially they tried the race to the bottom kind of strategy, offering their app for super cheap. But guess what? Yeah, it totally backfired. Turns out underpricing can actually like hurt your credibility and make people question the value of what you're offering. They quickly realized that they needed to position themselves as like premium, which meant focusing on delivering top-notch quality and charging accordingly. And here's where the story gets really wild. Remember how I said they were building apps when nobody else in India was? Well, hold on tight, because they didn't stop there. They took all their success and they built, wait for it, an entire marketplace. We're talking next level entrepreneurship here. But before we get into all the, marketplace magic, I want to pause for a second and talk about you. You know the listener. Because if you're hearing this story and you're feeling that like entrepreneurial itch, we here at the Deep Dive, we want to help you scratch it. Seriously, the Shopify ecosystem is bursting with potential. And it's way easier than you might think to launch your own store. Like right now, you can actually snag this amazing deal, 3 months of Shopify for just $1 a month on select plans. That's like the price of a fancy latte. But it could launch your dream business. So just head over to https://tinyurl.com/Shopify Store 2025. Or just click the link in our episode description. Okay, back to our developer extraordinaire. This marketplace they created, it's called FL Flex. And it's all about customer engagement flows. But I'll be honest, when I first heard that phrase, I was like, what in the world is a customer engagement flow? Thankfully, our expert is here to break it all down. Don't worry, it's not as complicated as it sounds. So imagine this. A customer lands on your Shopify store. They add a few items to their cart. And then poof, they vanish. Abandoned cart, right? Well, customer engagement flow, it's like it swoops in to save the day. It could have like automatically sent them a personalized email with a discount code. Then follow up with a friendly text message if they haven't come back yet. It's all about like nurturing that relationship with the customer, right? And generally, nudging them towards a purchase. Pretty cool, right?
It's really interesting, that our developer didn't just, stop at building a successful app.
Yeah.
They saw like a way bigger picture.
Right. Like most people would just be like, all right, I've got to hit app, time to relax. But this entrepreneur was like, nope, hold my chai, I'm just getting started.
Exactly. They recognize that power of the marketplace model. And that's where FL Flex comes in.
Okay, so FL Flex is a marketplace specifically for these customer engagement flows. But I got to be honest, I'm still like trying to wrap my head around this. Why would anyone need a marketplace for this? Can't you just like build your own flows?
Well, you could, but it's not always so simple. Building these like really effective flows takes a lot of time and technical know-how, and you got to have a deep understanding of like marketing psychology. And not everyone has that bandwidth or expertise, especially those busy entrepreneurs who are running their own Shopify stores.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So is FL Flex kind of like an app store, but for customer engagement?
That's a great way to put it. It's a one-stop shop where Shopify merchants can find these like pre-built flows for all sorts of scenarios, like abandoned carts, welcome sequences, post-purchase follow-ups, you name it, they got it.
So instead of reinventing the wheel, I can just go to this marketplace, find a flow that fits my needs, and just like plug it into my store.
Exactly. And that's actually what brings us to the beauty of network effects. So the more marketers and agencies create and list their flows on FL Flex, the more valuable the platform becomes for everyone. It's like a snowball effect of awesomeness.
Yeah, I'm starting to see the genius here, but what about the people who are like creating these flows, what's in it for them?
That's a great question. That's where the gig economy comes into play. FL Flex actually empowers these developers and marketers and agencies to actually monetize their skills and their knowledge. They can create these specialized flows, list them on the marketplace, and earn passive income every time someone buys one.
Wait a minute. So even if I'm not a coder, I could like create a flow based on my marketing expertise and sell it on FL Flex.
You got it. That's the beauty of it. This platform, it really democratizes access to the Shopify ecosystem, so anyone with the right skills can contribute and profit.
Okay, my mind is officially blown. This is like a whole new world of possibilities within Shopify. It's incredible how this one developer from Kerala has not only built a successful business,
Yeah.
but also created opportunities for others.
It's truly inspiring. It shows the power of niche specialization. Community building is so important, and understanding the needs of your target audience.
And speaking of understanding needs, this whole conversation has got me thinking, maybe there's a gap in the Shopify market that I could fill. Maybe I could build an app, or create a service, or even launch my own marketplace. The possibilities are endless.
That's the spirit. And you know what? It might be easier than you think to get started. Remember that awesome Shopify deal we talked about earlier?
Oh yeah, for those of you just joining us, you can get 3 months of Shopify for just $1 a month on select plans. It's the perfect way to test the waters, you know? Dip your toes in and start building something incredible.
Just go to https://tinyurli.com Shopify Store 2025 or click the link in the episode description. Take advantage of this limited time offer. You won't regret it.
All right, so we've covered a lot here, from strategic keyword research to community engagement, pricing lessons learned, and now this amazing marketplace model. There's so much to unpack. But before we wrap up, I want to dive a little deeper into FL Flex. Can you give us some concrete examples of the types of flows people are creating and selling? What are some of the success stories?
Absolutely. Let's start with a simple but powerful example. Imagine you have a Shopify store selling handmade jewelry.
Okay, so we've talked about how this developer found this killer keyword, built a successful app, and then kind of leveled up by creating this whole marketplace for customer engagement flows. But I'm curious, what does that actually look like in practice?
Okay, let's take a common scenario. Say a customer adds a beautiful necklace to their cart, but then they get distracted and they abandon it. A savvy Shopify store owner using FL Flex might have a flow set up that automatically triggers a personalized email a few hours later.
Ooh, I like this. Okay, what kind of personalized email are we talking?
So picture this. The email subject line says something like, "Did you forget something sparkly?" It gently reminds the customer about the necklace they loved. Maybe it even includes a picture of it. And then to sweeten the deal, it offers a small discount or free shipping to get them to complete the purchase.
That's clever. It feels so much more personal than just a generic abandoned cart email blast.
Exactly. That's what's so powerful about these flows. They let store owners create these targeted automated interactions that feel really personalized and human, even though they're, driven by technology.
So on FL Flex, you could find pre-built flows like this for all sorts of situations, right?
Yeah.
Not just abandoned carts, but welcome sequences, post-purchase follow-ups, the whole 9 yards.
Absolutely. There are flows for pretty much every customer touch point you can imagine. And the beauty of it is you don't need to be a coding expert to use them. You can find flows created by these expert marketers and developers. Plug them into your store with just a few clicks, and then you can start seeing those benefits right away.
Okay, I'm curious about the people creating these flows. Are we talking big agencies, solopreneurs, a mix of both? Who's making bank on FL Flex?
It's a really diverse group. You've got those seasoned marketing agencies that really specialize in creating those high-converting flows, and you've got freelance developers who are, masters of automation. And you even have, savvy entrepreneurs who have that knack for customer engagement. It's really opening up the Shopify world, creating opportunities for all sorts of talented people.
I'm sensing a theme here. First, our developer friend finds a niche and builds a successful app. Then they create a marketplace that empowers others to do the same, this ripple effect of entrepreneurship. And it's incredibly inspiring.
It really is. And I think it shows that success in the Shopify world isn't just about, building these cool products. It's about understanding what your audience needs, solving problems creatively, and, fostering that sense of community.
Okay, before we wrap things up, I want to bring it back to our listeners for a second. We've heard this awesome story, learned about the power of Shopify apps and marketplaces, and now I'm sure some of you are feeling that entrepreneurial fire burning.
I hope so. The Shopify ecosystem is full of possibilities. And there's no better time than now to jump in and start building something amazing.
So here's my challenge to you. What gap in the market are you going to fill? What problem are you dying to solve? What incredible Shopify app service or even marketplace are you going to create?
Don't be afraid to think big. And remember, you don't need to have all the answers figured out right now. Just take that first step, do your research, engage with the community,
Yeah.
and be open to learning and growing along the way.
And hey, if you're ready to take that first step, we've got you covered. Remember that amazing Shopify deal we mentioned? You can get 3 months of Shopify for just $1 a month on select plans. That gives you plenty of time to build your store, test out your ideas, and start making your mark on the Shopify world.
Head over to https://tinyurl.com Shopify Store 2025, or click the link in our episode description to grab that offer. Seriously, you won't regret it.
All right, everyone, that's a wrap for this deep dive. We've explored this incredible journey of a Shopify entrepreneur, uncovered the secrets of successful app development and marketplace creation, and hopefully we've sparked some of that entrepreneurial fire in your hearts. Until next time, keep diving deep and keep dreaming big.